So the Pokemon games, I'm doing in order of release date because first came Blue, then came Red, then came Yellow, then came Pokemon Trading Card games. So I'm actually going to do the review in order of release date. So for the Pokemon games. So this is Pokemon Blue. Once again, you're just facing off in the Kanto region. Nothing too spectacular about it. In fact, it's a rather easy game. I've actually been attempting the Professor Oak's challenge on this cart, and I found out I do not have the patience. I have the patience to catch, but I don't have the patience to actually evolve every Pokemon before each gym encounter. So my Professor Oak challenge officially failed with Brock because I'm at 19 Pokemon and I was over 40 hours in of gameplay. I still had an Ivysaur and a Pidgeotto to evolve, and I just couldn't complete it the way that it was designed. I learned how much patience it required, and I found out I don't have that level of patience for the Professor Oak challenge. But for those of you that do, great. But this is a really fun game. Out of the 150, I believe you can catch 120 some odd Pokemon without another game. Don't quote me on that. Pokemon Red, I believe, has like 127. So between those two, you're not able to catch every single Pokemon because your starter, you don't get all three starters until you get to Pokemon Yellow, which has actually 137 Pokemon that are obtainable in Pokemon Yellow, which is the largest amount in all the mainline Pokemon games. Other than Emerald, but I don't own Emerald. But in the actual mainline Pokemon games for the Game Boy, Pokemon Yellow has the most amount of Pokemon to catch. Also, Pokemon Yellow is loosely based off of Ash Ketchum's journey through the actual world of Pokemon. So that's another thing to look for when you're... Do you want the anime version or do you just want the basic game? Because that's basically what you have to choose between. Do you want Pikachu to be following you the entire game, or do you want just your Pokemon in a Pokeball just standing around doing nothing? Choices. You have to make your choices on what you want most. Because that's what games are. They're a bunch of choices that you have to choose between in order to actually win at anything. Just like in life, you have to win as if it were the truth. Sorry. Anyway. But, yeah. Pokemon Blue, highly recommend it. If you're new to the Pokemon franchise, I would recommend Sword and Shield before I recommended this, just to get you started, because the leveling system in this is not like Pokemon Go or anything else that you would have ever played. Or Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu is a remake of this for the Switch, so start off with those instead of these if you actually want to figure out if you would like these games. So that's my only recommendation for newcomers to the Pokemon franchise. Start with the remakes of these because they have a better storyline and this better visual style than, say, this game. But that would be my recommendation. But I still love these games to death regardless of how old they are. So just trust me, no matter which Pokemon game you get, you will have a very, very fun time. If you're buying for your If you're buying for your son or grandson, the cheapest way to get these is the cheapest way to get, say, video games and a console bundle is to buy this with a Game Boy Advance SP. Game Boy Advance SPs go for roughly $20. These still go for roughly the same amount as they were sold for, around $40 a pop. Just a cartridge, typically not with the box. With the box, it goes for over $150 to $200. It really just depends on who the collector is and whether they want to keep the box. I know that DS collectors, a lot of games come with the box because it protects the cartridge inside. It protects what's basically an SD card inside. But that's just one of my recommendations. Also, if you're going to collect for classic games, always have the proper dust cover case for said console, for said games, because the Game Boy, a lot of cartridge games are prone to dust not allowing the game to play, and for me, it's a hassle when you don't play a game for a little while and you actually have to clean the actual contacts in order to play the game. So it's a minor irritation, but it's one of those things that the more you know, the better you can game. So please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.